A wonderful, sun-loving, New World, very colorful, great cut flower, iconic annual. The zinnia is probably one of the most iconic plants in the cut flower garden. There are about 24 species in the genus Zinnia. Some of them are shrubs, actually, and subshrubs. They're native to southwestern United States, all the way to the tip of South America. But the region of the greatest diversity lies in central Mexico. It is one of the plants that comes in my garden every year. I plant the zinnia from seed. It is an annual plant, so it germinates from seed, grows vegetatively, flowers, sets seed, and then dies within 1 calendar year. It loves the sun, prefers hot weather, will live through just about anything. A drought will set it back. The flower colors in zinnia are numerous in the hot range generally. The orange, yellow, red, but also there are some pinks. There's several white varieties. There are 2 major groups in the zinnias that we grow. There's the tall one, which is what I'm standing next to now, and there's also a Zinnia angustifolia, which is a creeping zinnia that grows along the ground. It only grows to 4 to 6 inches tall, but it has a spread of maybe 2 feet. Some of the things that I love about zinnias are they attract native pollinators. They are a great cut flower. And they also, if you let the flowers mature and produce seeds, the goldfinches love them almost as much as they love the sunflowers. They need warm soil to germinate. So I plant them from seed indoors in early May, late April or early May to get a nice sized plant. So the seeds are fairly small and they're flattened. So what I like to do is plant them about a ½ inch deep at the most and cover with potting soil. And once they've emerged and there are 2 true leaves, at least 2 true leaves on the plant, then you can transplant them out. The first seeming leaves that emerge from the soil are the Cotyledons, and these are inherent in the seed. They are not what we call true leaves. They're the leaves that help the plant get started. And then after the Cotyledons emerge, then the plant produces true leaves. When transplanting the zinnia seedlings, you can either put them directly into warm soil in mid to late May, or you can do an intermediate potting into a larger pot and allow them to grow a little bit more in a protected area, and then put them out later in May or early June. They prefer a well-drained soil. You don't have to do much to the soil. But you do want to plant them in full sun. During the summer, you may find that some of the leaves get a little bit of a powdery mildew problem. It's just a function of the weather and the genetics of the plant. It will not harm the plant, and it will not jump from that plant to other plants in your garden. There are some plants like the garden phlox, and late in the season you'll find that your peonies also get this powdery mildew, but it is totally cosmetic and not harmful to the plant. Now, many people deadhead their zinnias. In other words, to keep the plant flowering continuously, you want to fool it or trick it into thinking that it has not produced offspring. So you take the old flowers off before they produce seeds. Again, as I mentioned earlier, I really like the fact that goldfinches will visit this plant. I don't have sunflowers this year. I had a crop failure of those, so we've seen a lot of goldfinch activity on this plant of zinnias. The flowering zinnia that I grow grows to about 2.5 or 3 feet tall. There are some dwarf varieties. There is a wide variety of sizes, flower types, and of course, as I mentioned, flower colors. So you can have a double flowered zinnia where you can't see the middle at all. I have to say that the double flowers on plants like zinnia are not as attractive to pollinators as the single flowers. So that's why I prefer the single flowered zinnias, because it does promote a lot of pollinator activity. I was asked why I plant zinnias. I plant them because they're a great cut flower. Pollinators love them. The goldfinches love the seeds. And how can you beat this for a summer color? Zinnia. As always, if you like this video, please subscribe and like and share.